Hey everyone, it's Christine here. Welcome to my channel and welcome my Virgos to your monthly April reading. I am clearing the cards as I've been doing readings and just clearing the space around us. It just feels so nice. Many of you are going out tonight or have gone out already. I just saw a lot of cars, almost like New York, like a big city. I got New York though. Some of you may be from New York that are watching or may have connection. I just saw a row of taxis and people just going in. A lot of you are getting ready to go out tonight to celebrate the end of the week. And you're excited. A few quick housekeeping messages. Just want to remind you all this is a collective reading. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Always use your own intuition for guidance and practice discernment. It's super important. Energies are fluid and people have free will. And I also want to say this reading is for anyone with a sun, moon, rising in Virgo. And of course, any other placements if you feel intuitively drawn to explore them, including but not limited to Mars, Venus, Mercury, North Node, and any other ones. So without further ado, I have it on here. Let's get started. I always want to remind that I think it's really important to have those disclaimers, and especially with any type of reading. And I call them broadly energy readings because so many people use different tools. You know, food, tea leaves, coffee grounds, candle wax. People use crystals. Sometimes they use other tools to divinate. Crystal balls. It doesn't matter. Whatever these energy readings use, it's so important to always practice your own discernment. And I like to do these. In general, I like using different modalities to help on your path, but also to help you strengthen your own intuition. I'd love to do segments on those, some videos on those, because when I was going through my own healing and spiritual awakening journey, Oracle and Tarot in particular, they helped me so much in learning to trust myself. And that's really the point of these readings, especially when you do them. It's to be able to validate your own self. I'm just shuffling. We're going to start with the Ancestors and Angels Oracle deck to see what guidance they have, as well as the universe has for you for the month of April. I'm just shuffling this very well, because we had a few repeaters throughout from different signs. Okie dokes, we are ready. I'm just getting a lot of excitement now. And I know my Virgos, I have a moon in Virgo. Or, you know, I'm feeling a lot of you are going out. A lot of you are making plans. Some of you have been doing new workouts, exercise classes I got. But a lot of you are going out tonight. And I feel it's more social. Totally different. Ooh, we got one that popped out here. Okay, let me get another one. Very different energy from the other signs that I've read. Many were more restful, but you, I just get your energy. A lot of you are socially connecting now. And it could be where the last new moon we had, it could have been in your house. I mean, it could have depended on which house it was. I feel a lot of you are very social right now. Many of you are... I just see action, but it's not the same type of energy as Aries. A lot of you are just... You're just organizing things to get things done. And a lot of you have had plans that you've made. I get just a lot of freeing, a lot of social, like a buzz, social buzz. I'm hearing music and noise. You know, when you go out, you hear that. We got High Priest, intend and create. Ooh, look at that. A lot of you are putting those seeds, planting those seeds into the ground, and you're ready to move forward in something. And then we got summer, bask in the joy and light. A lot of you are getting really busy right now and are focused on your work, on creative projects, on movement as well. I'm getting labor, fitness, work, anything having to do with bringing in money, like income streams. Many of you are working on new ideas. Some of you have just created your own ventures, your own entrepreneurial ventures. The bee signifies not just hard worker, but you're working with many others. A lot of people are coming into your life and you're collaborating, you're reaching out to others. A lot of you are flowing with ideas. Perhaps that's why you need a break, and a lot of you are connecting. It could be some of these connections you're doing right now on Friday. Some of these social outings have to do with professional connections. I'm getting more friend vibe, or your partner or family. But some of you are connecting with others in relation to projects, to creative endeavors, businesses, things you want to create and do. And it's coming. I feel like a lot of you are going to have big success come summer. Just several more months. We're in April. And again, take this card and flip it if you're in the southern hemisphere, right? We're going to have summer, so it could be your winter. We're having summer in June. Up here in the northern hemisphere, we're in April. I can't believe it. 2 months away. And a lot of you are charging forward. I feel called to show this to you. Some of you may connect to different Egyptian deities. This looks like a hawk. Oh my goodness. One of my friends mentioned this. The hawk. Is it Bastet? Horus. I think it's Horus. I'm not very well grounded in Egyptian mythology and the gods and goddesses. There's something there about seeing something from a larger perspective, but also honing in. In Virgos, you're very good. You're very good at making a plan, at working out the fine details, at getting people together. Many of you are leaders. I'm just going to say, even though it doesn't look like your typical queen bee, and again, it has nothing to do with your sex or your gender when I say this. Many of you are the queen bees in your professional lives, even in your friend groups, circle groups. You lead things. You organize events. It comes naturally to you. You plan things. At work, many of you are managers, are leaders, directors. Doesn't matter which level of management. Many of you lead groups and people, and you're very good at it. You're very organized. You're going to have a lot of success, but it's not just professional. I'm getting it with creative projects too. Some of you are starting new things. Some of you are in school. Many of you may be graduating this year, and some of you, you're in school, so you could be going back to summer school or taking that semester off, because usually there's a break, depending, again, on the type of school where you are, where you go in the world. There's a break between the spring semester until the fall. And it depends. It varies. Wow. A lot of you are really working on things. Something big is coming. Many of you may have spirit animals with the hawk. I said that completely off. May have spirit animals with the hawk. Many of you, your spirit animals, or you have been seeing a lot of hawks or bees. Bees are they're assiduous. They're hard workers. A lot of you are ramping up. Some of you have been working long hours and are working overtime. That's another message I got. And this month it ramped up a lot. That's the thing. And some of you have your creative projects are different from your professional projects, or different, completely different areas. For example, some of you maybe bankers or accountants or real estate agents, but your creative hobbies are maybe kayaking or photography or cooking, and you love it just as much as your profession. Or some of you may be leaving it, but I'm getting strongly you have there's divisions, different divides, different areas that you are focusing on, and you're going to be developing. There's a lot of good things coming, but you're working extra hard this month, and the Aries energy is helping you do that. So tap in, because it's helping a lot of us get things done, get things moving and shifting. I'm literally getting busy bee. busy bee. A lot of you have been working long hours overtime. Some of you may have recently gotten into a higher position in your work where you've just gotten more responsibilities. Make sure that it's tied to your values and that they also pay you what you're worth. I don't know why I just said that. It's important. Now we're pulling from a Starseed Oracle message. We're pulling from a Starseed Oracle guide. I feel a little bit discombobulated because I'm saying these words differently. Some of you now I'm getting, perhaps that's why you're going out tonight. You're like, it's been work all week and I don't want to stay home, because some of you I get are work from home primarily. So you are home all day and you wanted to go out and just completely decompress and relax. I get dinners and just chats. I see a lot of talking. Let's see what the Starseed Oracle has in terms of guidance for my Virgos for April. What is it that you all are working on? There's a new direction. There's a freshness. But many of you are steadfast. When you have or get your mind on something, many of you just move forward until you accomplish it. A lot of you will work and accomplish regardless of the number of hours it'll take. And you're very, very hard workers. And that's where boundaries are important. Some of you have North Node in Virgo that are watching this. Your boundaries are really important. It's also something to consider. And remember, boundaries are not just physical boundaries, but emotional, mental, spiritual. These cards, they don't want to come out. I'm getting just a lot of fun. Pulling one more. Oh gosh. Okay, I'll take them. Got 4. So the first one that you got was, oh wow, you got the same card that your fellow Taurus got. You're doing it. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Many of you are charging forward. You know what direction you're going in. A lot of you have gotten clear. I feel like this just steadfastness. You guys are working, and it's like you don't even recognize how much you've worked, how many hours it's been, because you're so focused on getting whatever it is that you're working on done, and you're going to see the fruits of this. And for some, this is just a temporary, I'll say, temporary overtime of sorts, where you're working and putting in a little bit more effort than usual in your work. Okay. I just got overwhelmed with a lot of different messages. Okay. The Great Gathering, it's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. Kind of indicated a little bit earlier. A lot of you are starting to connect with people to help you on your path with your work. Some of you may be managing others as well. This card is so pretty, but it's, do you see it? A lot of people are starting to come. They almost seem reminiscent of these little honeycomb dots, I'll call them. A lot of you are connecting. I'm getting this with this symbol here as well. A lot of you are connecting with people that are helping you in your path. We also got Inner Temple, Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart, and Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Wow. So was not expecting Awakening. It could, it doesn't resonate. Some of you have awakened, have just recently started your spiritual awakening journey, and this confirms it. It could be why many of you are working more, because you feel a shift, a change in what you want to do, and some of you are putting in more of your effort in this professional endeavor. Something about money, about streams, about work, or a creative project that may not even be related to your professional endeavor, but it has something to do, all of these are intertwined with your mission here. But for some of you, this shift of why you are now so strongly going in this one direction, and many of you are working more than usual, and you're not even realizing, like you're not noticing it, could have something to do with the awakening you've experienced. Because when you do experience an awakening, it is a huge shift. It's transformative, to say the least. You may have been doing something one way. Maybe you used to always buy red grapes, and now you are buying green grapes. And it seems, when you look at it, and some people laugh, easy, but for some it's not. The same with different types of apples, vegetables. Maybe you're eating arugula now instead of spinach. It's in that similar vein, and I'm giving these examples. I feel like in many ways, a lot of you are just doing things a little bit differently. But you're very hard workers, and you have to remember to rest. With this inner temple devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. I feel like this is also a calling to what it is your soul is pulling you towards. This is also very much related to continuing on your path, because you already know what you want to do, where you're going. And some of you are starting to put in that work. I'm getting a lot of work with you all. Like it says, there's a new way of being for some of you. And now, again, I don't support overtime working. Like, let me rephrase that. I support it when you have to do it and when it's important. And I hope it's coming out right. There should be a balance, I should say, in how much you work, because I'm coming at it from a wellness perspective, not a don't overwork, don't get any extra income if you need it, not in that way at all. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you need to take a balanced approach when you're constantly overworking. But I feel for many of you, it's not something that you've done long term. It's just been as of late, maybe the last several weeks to several months, you've been working a little bit more than usual. And a lot of you have there's been a shift. It's been a shift in how you are going down your own path. I'm just getting like a steadfastness. You know what direction you need to go in. This definitely has to do with, it's tied to your soul purpose, but it has to do with work, with the work, with what you're doing here. There's something many of you want to change. Many of you may want to change or potentially merge those two areas, but I'm not sensing they're the same. That's the thing. And that's the beauty of it. When we have diverse skill sets, it's amazing the creativity that flows to us, the inspiration, and the hits that we get, and we never imagined. I've read so many stories, especially in those chicken soup books, but even in news of people that used to do one thing. They were athletes, and then they went into hospice or nursing, and people are like, wow, a completely different career. But there's a semblance of dedication, discipline, perseverance that athletes have to endure. Many of them are excellent at doing things and getting things accomplished because they not only know how to train and take care of their bodies, especially since they're active, but they know it's for something larger. When they're at their best, it helps the team. In the same vein, they can carry those skills forward into these new professions like hospice, which was an example. I feel like many of you are going to be merging these because I don't feel like what you're doing now, it's not long term. But a lot of you are working extra. And again, this may have happened, this may be happening, or it may happen. So take it as it resonates. But I feel like whatever it is that you're really putting in the hours for, it's going to pay off. It's going to pay off. And you're meeting a lot of soul tribe members along the way. Like it says here, it's all coming together, intuitive hits. Some of you may have Pisces in your chart. I just heard that. Say the fish, say the fish. So I'm like, okay. I always ask my guides to give me the simplest, easiest to understand messages because if it gets convoluted, I'm not going to get it. Several times I've had to ask for, can you confirm that? We're pulling from the Moonology manifestation right now, and I had to shuffle that. Ooh. Let's see what messages the moon has for my Virgos. Some of you are, no, I'm not getting that. Just because I use the Starseed Oracle, I don't always get people are starseeds. I almost said it, but I'm not feeling it with you all. I feel like many of you have ties to celestial beings, but many of you don't actively work with them. But a lot of you do enjoy, I get Pisces here. I'm seeing just Pisces. Some of you may have other aspects or big placements. Maybe Moon or Mercury in your Pisces. Maybe even Venus. Venus is in Pisces right now. Some of you I may be feeling that energy. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to pick one more card. Some of you are also working on your self-love, what really lights you up. A lot of you are tuning into your heart space because my Virgos, you're very analytical, very logical in the head. Oh, we got another one. Oh gosh, no, two. So we got here, know you are loved, new moon in Libra. We have a full moon in Libra coming up, and this taps into tuning to the portal of your heart. Some of you may be making decisions, having trouble bringing it down to your heart space, and you're making decisions with your head. You'll know, ask yourself, is this what I want to do? And you'll feel it. You'll feel it in your body. Pay attention to those feelings and nudges. Another question that could help is, does this align to where I want to go, what I want to accomplish? Full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. Last quarter moon in Pisces, talk less, feel more. So some of you may have placements in Libra, Aries, Pisces. I'm also getting Sagittarius here. And I got Pisces like I told you earlier. Talk less, feel more. It's really about I'm feeling dropping down into your heart and really following those intuitive hits that you're getting. Some of you may be a little bit more heightened in what you're feeling. It could be the Aries energy, but I'm not feeling it. I'm feeling like a lot of you are becoming very clear on where you're going and what you want. So this could be past energy that I'm picking up. You guys actually have quite a few cards out. I feel like for this month, you're simply making progress. A lot of you like ticking boxes off. I just saw like checklists. A lot of you ticking stuff off. Or on your to-do list, like crossing things off. That resonates with me because I don't do check boxes at all. I like really crossing things out. Like with a pen, I will cross that sucker out until it's gone from my list. I feel I'm getting a lot of that in my head though with check boxes. A lot of you have running lists that you're trying to accomplish things. But I feel like this month, a lot of you are making progress, moving forward, and a lot of you are using that Aries energy, to be a little bit more dedicated to this particular project. Again, I feel like it's dealing with work or creative project. It's something that you have been wanting to do for a long time. Okay, let's see what guidance the angels have for my Virgos. Oh wow. I always act surprised. This happens all the time and all day long. I'm like, oh wow. We got 2, harmony and resolution. Take a step back. I immediately get Libra here. Harmony and resolution. I feel like this has to do with you. Get into your heart space. That's where you're going to find the balance, the harmony, the flow, the answers that you need. Everything is working out the way it should. Like it says here, talk less, feel more. You have to drop down into your body. A lot of you have a little bit difficulty feeling things, embodying these emotions, and it's in your head. I also want to say a lot of you are working. Be careful and be sure to take breaks and not to overwork yourself. Balance that with social activity. That's what I got in the beginning, though. A lot of you are social. Take a step back. I feel like it could be because many of you are going forward at such a quick speed, especially with work-related projects. Many of you are actively buzzing, like literally working your hives. Have you ever seen bees when they're in their honeycomb hive? Like the worker bees. And then the queen bee is obviously protected, but they're just buzzing and moving, and literally they don't stop. They're just constantly, essentially working. You may need to take a step back, and I'm not getting reassessed though. Be careful of going too fast too soon. A lot of you are getting intuitive messages, but you're not paying attention to them. You're getting a lot of intuitive hits about people you work with, people that are coming into your workspace, especially if you're leaders and managers in that space, people that you lead, that you supervise, that you manage. You're also getting intuitive hits about some projects. Like when I say creative projects, I'm not just talking about like knitting a scarf and things like that. These are big ones related to your mission. You could think of them as like another work, but we call them creative projects because it sounds nicer, right? And again, that could be knitting. Maybe knitting is part of this. I'm not diminishing that at all. I knit too. Maybe you're meant to open your own boutique of yarns from rare sheep from I don't know what countries. I'm not well versed in sheep, but it doesn't matter. A lot of you are not paying attention to some of you are closed off to your intuition. Because it's not just the purple, because I feel like it's strongly related to the spiritual realm and intuition and the opening of the third eye and also the crown chakra, but also the way the sky is, I feel like I'm getting uncertainty. Some of you talk because some of you are clairaudient. You may be hearing things. A lot of you are maybe scared of your gifts and are trying to like shoo away some of this intuition, these intuitive guides. This has to do with your awakening. A lot of you have upgraded. Wow, I'm speaking to several people. This isn't one. I'm immediately getting that. This is not just one message about work. Okay, we're going to pull a self-care oracle. There are several stories here, and I'm going to sum them up before we leave. Because we're speaking to some that are more along their path, that are working, and you're going to have a bunch of good stuff coming. And there's others that have just awakened, and a lot of you, this has to do with the intuition. Because I know my Virgos, you can overthink things. You are in your head a lot. You're ruled by Mercury. So Mercury retrogrades, when they happen, especially in your planet, it can just cause chaos, internal chaos, especially in your mental landscape, the way you communicate. Sometimes you want to say something and it doesn't come out that way, and you're just like so frustrated. This could have to do with the harmony and resolution. I'm getting a lot of Libra in here. There could have been a workplace situation that caused your blood to boil and you couldn't say anything about it. The thing is, Virgos are I feel like they're very fair. They almost are like Libra-esque too. I feel like Virgos, because they are very detail-oriented, they really care about the contributions people bring, and they're very work-oriented, focused on service and labor and giving to others too. At the same time, many of them are very good with their boundaries, and they know when enough is enough. But sometimes speaking that can be difficult. Sometimes you have to feel things first. Okay, let's pull a self-care oracle. I feel like a bunch want to come out, which was unusual because in some of the other decks, none of them wanted to come out. Nope. Almost. Nope. I feel like many of you are retreating now. Got so much purple here. A lot. I feel like so many want to come out. Okay, we'll take that one. Okay. Look at this. Sync with the moon. We have a full moon in Libra coming up, and this may help you. Self-care, because I'm getting a lot of Libra here. A lot of heart energy, love, and then we have harmony and resolution. So I'm getting a lot of Libra vibes. A lot of you have a major placement in Libra. It could be your Venus, it could be your Mercury, or your rising, any placement. Sync with the moon. And when we reduce it to 6, 6 is about harmony. It could be about love relationships too. So a lot of you, again, let me repeat different storylines. We have one set of Virgos that have been or will be working very hard. You're working longer hours than usual. You're literally like the buzzing bee. And you are moving forward. A lot of you know, I'll come back to this card. A lot of you know exactly where you're going toward and to. You are decisive. You have a plan. It's clear and you're moving forward. A lot of you are meeting soul tribe members along the way. It's all coming together. I feel like they're going to help you in whatever it is that you're doing. Work, I'm getting strongly work, business, creative, something with money, income flow, and creative projects. Again, that's very broadly spoken. It can be anything. Many of you, everyone who engages in a creative project that is in a flow state, it just lights them up. So that's going to be very unique and personal to everyone. That's for one set of Libras. Another one, another set. A lot of you, I'm getting a good chunk of you have just awakened. And as a logical sign, as an earth sign, a lot of you may be fearful and not want to receive the messages that you're getting. Because I'm getting a lot of you are getting intuitive hits. Stop overthinking it. Virgos do overthink. A lot of you know already. You're getting clear messages on not just what you're supposed to do, but you're getting intuitive nudges, synchronicities, reminders. And I'm speaking to all my Virgos here. For me, I'm not getting, a lot of you are in that position of being like in hot-headed, upset, angry, volatile. No, I feel like with the cool your emotions, it's like get out of your head. Like literally get out of your head. I'm getting sacral chakra energy here, but get out of your head and drop into your heart. Drop into your heart space. Know you're loved. A lot of this has to do with worth too. For those awakening, you may be dealing with the issue of love, of abandonment, of worthiness. For those that are really going forward in that buzzing bee manner, like you're really working, because the bee signifies labor and hard work. Some of you may be experiencing some doubts. I'm getting a lot of, again, worth, priorities here. Remember to take a balance in what you do. And some of you may need to literally like take a step back from moving too fast. Harmonize yourself. Take time. And syncing with the moon is actually a great way to establish harmony, to take a step back, because the moons come in cycles. It's not like, okay, we got the full moon today, the next day is the new moon, and it happens repeatedly. No, there's different cycles and waning and waxing phases in between. And it really allows you to literally take a step back to assess, not always take action and completely be in that B mode where you're working. And also the moon is very intuitive. For those that are awakening, it's a great way to establish some type of rhythm, not just with Mother Nature, but the moon is all about our feelings and our emotions and our intuition. It's the divine feminine. Some of you may be working with that divine feminine energy as well. I hope this reading helped some of you Virgos out there. And you resonate with this, I hope it helps. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you very soon. Take care.